Okay, workout 1, move 1, inverted table rows. So you're gonna try to find a stable table. And hold it with your palms towards you. And you're gonna lift up your hips, and you can have your legs all the way out if you're really strong, or you can bend at your knees like I'm doing. And then you're going to also try to keep that all stable as you lift up. 1, really squeeze your shoulder blades together. 2, and you can actually really squeeze that chest up too. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, the body weight glute bridge. So you're going to lay on the ground, feet on the ground, and you're going to drive through your heels and push your hips up. You want all this to kind of just be one straight line to your knees, and it kind of all moves together, up and down. Don't overextend, just to where you're squeezing your glutes and you feel them light up a little bit. You also want to have, when you're in that full extension at the top of the move, about a 90-degree angle with your knee and your lower leg. So if you're too far in, you'll probably just feel your quads. And if you're too far out, you'll probably feel your hamstrings. So you want it kind of right in the middle, Goldilocks, just right. And everybody's middle is different, so play with that. Some people like their toes pointing out. Some people like them forward. Some people like kind of driving their heels in and having their toes up. Feel their glutes more that way. So it's totally up to you. It's not a huge range of motion. And since it's body weight, we're gonna do 20 reps. And you can just look up naturally at the ceiling. Okay, next up, body weight push-ups or body weight knee push-ups. So push-ups are just one of those things that anatomy differs a lot. So some people are able to do them very easily and some people really struggle with them. I'm more on the latter end. I've never gotten super great at push-ups. So I can usually do like 1 or 2 with good form on my toes, and then I complete my set on my knees. So we're gonna do as many reps as possible and wrap. So you wanna start kind of shoulders down, not up by your ears, down. Sometimes it's even easier to start set up on your knees and then just get those toes up at the last minute so you don't exhaust yourself with the setup. But you wanna have your shoulders over your, I almost said ankles, your wrists. So your wrists right over your shoulders once you're up in your form, and you want to have kind of just a really nice plank pose. You don't want your butt in the air. You don't want to be sagging either. And one thing I see a lot of people do is when they start doing their reps, especially if they're like really into the toes, like they refuse to go on their knees, but then they'll do like just like an upper body push-up, which is not really a full push-up. So if that's what you're doing, just go to your knees because you're more likely to injure yourself doing that. So anyway, we'll go wrists under shoulders, shoulders above wrists, pop up, straight line, neutral neck, and go down and up, down and up. I'll try for 3. I don't know if I'll get it. Oof, yeah, I got it. And then I'll probably drop my knees. Sometimes I leave them up for the eccentric lowering portion, and then push up on my knees. See how many of those I can get. And then burn out on my knees. And I usually go back into child's pose. And then I always make a note of how many I got. So I'll like note on my workout log, in that case, 3 from toes, 3 toes down, knees up, and 3 from these 9 total reps. And then next week, I'll maybe try to add 1 to my toes or 2 to my eccentric toes to knees up or something, so that I'm always progressing over time. And that's called progressive overload. Body weight step up, and you can do it on a chair or a stable little table low to the ground. I'm gonna use my bench, but anything works. And we're gonna try to do 3 by 10 per leg. So it's just like it sounds, you're just stepping up. So I'm gonna actually focus a little bit away from my window. And I'm gonna start on my weak side, my right side, and match up. So I'm just gonna step up, meet it with my left, and step down. 1, 2, 3. I kind of like to just leave that foot up there. Helps me keep my mind-muscle connection to that glute. And I'm just driving down through my heel. 5. These always surprise me if I watch my heart rate. They just spike the heart rate immediately. Make sure your knee doesn't cave inward. Try to keep it tracking out over, pointing out towards your pinky toe. And try to just kind of keep your posture upright. And then you can switch to the other leg. You might want to wait a little bit so you keep your balance. And then when you're ready, other leg, match your reps. Keep that knee from caving in. Sometimes it helps to kind of use your arms a little bit too for some momentum. But you don't want to do too much of that because you really do want the momentum to come from the glute. Try also not to push up off of this leg. Don't do that. Engage through this heel and this glute. Almost like that leg's not there. Maybe even like give yourself a practice rep where you hover and feel that. And then try to replicate that throughout. You can always progress this by holding something heavy like dumbbells or heavy water bottles or soup cans or something, or you can make a higher step over time. Those are body weight step ups. Okay, we are going to finish off with a body weight plank. We're going to hold 2 of these for 40 seconds each. I'm going to get my timer. And you'd be surprised if you're holding a plank with good form, even by like 20 seconds, you're kind of ready to be out of it. So what you don't want to do is kind of when we talked about doing push-ups, you don't want to have your butt in the air, you don't want to be sagging, you want to just be like a pretty level line all throughout, and if anything, a little bit of like squeezing your butt, kind of like to make ugly butt. That's like posterior, not this, it's anterior pelvic tilt, but posterior pelvic tilt, and that'll kind of keep your body all in one line. Your butt, of course, will stick out just because it's a butt, but it won't be like you're sticking it out actively. So I'll try to maybe get this up a little bit so you can see things staying in a line, hopefully. And here we go, 40 seconds. Wrists right under the shoulders, a little bit of tilt, ugly butt. Squeezing my glutes. Kind of driving my hands into the mat so that that's active too. Keeping my shoulders down and away from my ears. Starting to shake at 20 seconds as expected. Heels are kind of driving to the back, but I'm not locked out. I still have a gentle bend in my knees, and neck is just kind of neutral. Shake your head yes and no if you need to let go of some tension. 3, 2, 1, rest. And that's 1. And you'll repeat that one more time. 2 40-minute body